Okay guys, so today we're going to be comparing these 5 different screen washers to see if there is actually any difference if you buy the more expensive one to the cheapest one. We're going to be comparing the smell, the way they freeze, the way they clean, if you can dilute them, and obviously the price. And the ones we've got here today is this Tesco screen wash, which was 5 litres for £4. This Halfords -5 bottle, which is £3.50 for 5 litres. We've then also got this little pouch, which is £2 for 50 millilitres, but apparently this will dilute down 5 litres of water. This is the Autoglym one. This is £4 for 500 ml, and the way we've got it set out today is that we'll get 2.5 litres from this. And finally, we've got this one, which is also Halfords, which is £4.79 for 5 litres. But firstly, we're going to start by diluting down the Autoglym and the Halfords concentrated. So, as I said at the start of the video, on the back of this, it does give you instructions. So we're going to go for the -6, which is a 4:1 ratio. So this is 500 ml, and we've got 2 litres in here. So hopefully my maths works out correctly. And with this one, this is an empty 5 litre bottle, and we're going to put this 50 ml inside it. So, I'm going to get ourselves a funnel. We're going to tear the top off this pouch, and we're going to pour it in. And it's blue. I'm going to try and squeeze that all out of there, and try not to spill any. Okay, so that's that one all out. So we're going to give this one a little shake. So straight away in colour, we can already see it's not too dissimilar from the pre-bought stuff, although it is cheaper, but we'll see if it's actually any better. And then for the Autoglym one, so as I said, this is 2 litres of water, and we're going to put in 500 ml of this, and it's pink. And this one is much easier to pour. Okay, again, make sure that's out of there, and then we're going to give this a shake as well. Okay, so now we have all of our screen washers all ready to test and to use. Now we're going to see what ones actually smell the nicest. So we'll start with the Tesco one. This one smells rank, actually. Damn, that stinks. That is horrible. Right, okay. Then we're going to go to this one. I'm going to have a slight bias to this one because this is the one I actually use in my car. This one smells really nice. It does smell really strong when you smell it straight out of the bottle, but it smells good. This one smells, that one smells alright. Actually, it just smells like a less powerful version of this one. Alright, now the diluted one, or concentrate one, sorry. Yeah, I think that smells exactly the same as that. And finally, the Autoglym one. I've got high hopes for this one. It just doesn't smell very nice. Actually, it doesn't smell very nice at all. It's not as bad as the Tesco one, but it certainly doesn't smell nice. So, in my eyes, that is by far the worst smelling. That is horrible, followed by that. These two are exactly the same. And then this one is the best smelling one. Okay, so now we're going to try the cleanliness test. And admittedly, it's quite hard to get a bird to poo in a specific place where I want to. So the way we're going to test this is by using peanut butter on one piece and some melted chocolate on the other. So we're going to add some peanut butter to each piece. I know it's not the most consistent because some pieces are going to be slightly bigger than others, but I'm going to try and eyeball it as best as I can. So there we have some peanut butter. That one might need a little bit more. So there we go. Now we've got all of them with some peanut butter. And this is just some melted chocolate. So again, this one's slightly more runny. But we're actually not just trying to clean it, it's more smear marks. We're going to see, can it remove the smear marks? Because the Autoglym one says it definitely does. So we shall be the judge of that. And I'll drop chocolate on the floor. When the dogs come over, they're going to be extremely happy. To try and make this test as fair as possible, I've taken out the sprayer itself, and just this is filled with each of the Screenwashes. So the first one up is the Autoglym one. So I'm going to do one spray on there, one spray on there. You actually do get quite a fair bit out of that small spray. And now again, we're going to wipe it slowly and lightly. And that one actually did pretty well. Clean squeegee. And then I'm going to do the chocolate. So with the chocolate, one sweep and it actually got rid of all the smears. But with the peanut butter, it has left some smears. But if we do it again, it's not too bad actually. It has left a bit of a smear there. Yeah, I don't think that's coming off any more than that. So okay, it did pretty well on the chocolate. Has removed the peanut butter but left quite a bit of smearing. It's quite difficult for you to see on the camera, but there is still some smearing there. So next up we've got the concentrated. Again, this is just filled with it. So we've got one spray on that, one spray on there. After this, my windows are going to be nice and clean though. Okay, so we're going to grab the squeegee. I'm going to do the peanut butter first. Again, it's removed the peanut butter, but I think the Autoglym one actually did better on its first. Although on the chocolate, I think that has actually removed that slightly better than this one. Again, not too much pressure. Still some peanut butter still coming off, and we'll go all the way down. Okay, so from that, I would actually probably say the Autoglym one is actually done slightly better. With the chocolate, they're about the same, but with the peanut butter, I think that the concentrate hasn't done as well as the Autoglym one. Alright, so now we're on the Tesco one. Again, this is just filled with the Tesco Screenwash. So we're gonna... This one does smell really bad. But we're gonna go with this squeegee. Go for the peanut butter first again. So if all three of them have removed the peanut butter actually quite well. Let's go for the chocolate. And again, they've all removed the chocolate. They've all three of them have done the chocolate really well, but the peanut butter, it's the smearing on the peanut butter is what they're all struggling with. Let's go again, cross down both. Okay, so out of those three, I'd still say the Autoglym's probably done the best. They've all removed the chocolate pretty well, except for a little bit on this one. And they've all struggled with the peanut butter, but the Autoglym has struggled the least with it. Now up we've got the purple -10 Halfords bottle. So this one definitely smells the nicest. Okay, we're going to grab the squeegee again. With the peanut butter again, not too much force. Actually, I think that one might have done the best with the peanut butter. And the chocolate. Ah, it didn't do too well with getting the chocolate off. Let's do the both of them. Again, not too much pressure. Yeah, that hasn't done too well with the chocolate at all. It has done the best with the peanut butter. It has actually removed most of the peanut butter compared to the others, but the chocolate has definitely struggled with that. And then finally, we've got the -5 Halfords, which was the pre-made stuff in the blue bottle. So it's just in here. Okay. Lightly again. Again, that's not done too bad with the peanut butter, the Halfords one. Now the chocolate. Those two Halfords ones have definitely struggled with getting the chocolate off. So let me go one more down it. Nope. Yeah, those Halfords ones definitely struggled. So, in conclusion to all of that, the two Halfords ones have actually, the two Halfords pre-made stuff have actually got the peanut butter off better than the rest. But the chocolate they both struggled with. The Tesco one got off most of it, but struggled with smears. The concentrate in the small little pouch, it hasn't done too bad, but I would probably say the Autoglym one has probably won this test. I know it's not the most scientific, but it's the best I thought of, so hopefully that helps. Okay, so now we're going to do a dilute test. So now we're going to do that. I've got 200 millilitres of water in here. I'm then going to add another 200 millilitres of the Autoglym Screenwash to this. I'm then going to put it inside this plastic bag, and then I'm going to put it in the freezer for 15 minutes to see if it does actually affect how badly it freezes. I'm going to do this with each of them. So let's try and do this without spilling any. Pour that in there. So there's 200 millilitres of water. I probably should have just done 400 ml and then poured the whole lot in. So there's 200 ml of the Screenwash. Pour that in there as well. And we're going to see how long this takes to freeze. Okay, so now we have them all in pouches. That one's the Autoglym. That one's the small pouch from Halfords. That's the -5 from Halfords. That's the Tesco home brand. And that's the -10 one from Halfords. So in each bag there's 400 ml, 200 of water, 200 of Screenwash, and we're going to whack them in the freezer. We'll start off with 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll keep checking from there to see what one freezes first. Okay, so we're going to whack these all in the freezer. Hopefully not tear it or get any of it on the ice cream. Okay, so we're going to close that, and now we're going to give that 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, and they're all still all good actually. So we're going to give this a bit longer. We're going to give it another hour and then we'll come back. Before I show you the results of the dilution test, I'm going to show you what they should look like when they're not diluted. So these have been in the freezer for about 4 hours. So this is the -15 one. It's still a complete liquid. It hasn't froze at all. This is the Autoglym one. As you can see, it has actually frozen solid, so it hasn't done too well in that test. This one is the Halfords -5 one. It has started to freeze. There's some liquid around it, but there is a big ice cube in the middle of it. Then we've got the dilution one, the one in the pouch. Again, that one has completely frozen solid. And finally we've got the Tesco one, which has, yeah, quite a lot of it is frozen. It's kind of like a big ice cube in there. There is still some liquid at the bottom, but it hasn't done too well. Although my freezer is set to -15. Okay, so we've got them all out the freezer now. So we'll start with the Tesco one. And I would say that it's actually done really well. Yeah, there's actually no, it's starting to freeze, but there isn't any ice cubes in that or anything. So yeah, Tesco one's done pretty well. This is the Halfords pouch. There is some big ice cubes in that, so probably wouldn't recommend diluting that one down. This is the Halfords -10. This one, yeah, there's no ice cubes in that at all. Yeah, it's close to the Tesco one, but the Tesco one is starting to ice up, but that's got none in it at all. And this is the Halfords -5. It's starting to ice up, but some bits are starting to feel a bit slushy. So that didn't do too bad. And finally, the Autoglym one has actually, yeah, that is starting to go a little bit slushy. There is quite a lot of ice cubes in there. Don't know if you can see that. So out of that test, I would say the -10 has done the best. Well, it's done what it should do. It should last till -10. I would say the Halfords, no, sorry, that's the Tesco one. I'd say the Tesco ones comes second, followed by the -5, then the Autoglym, and then the £2 pouch. So where does that leave us with an overall winner? Well, the purple Halfords -10 scored 19 points out of a possible 25, so on paper that is our overall winner. Although I would say it probably isn't for me, because I know that's contradictory because I use it in my car, but the little Halfords pouch, which costs £2, and you dilute that down to 5 litres, it smells fine. It smells exactly the same as the -5. I mean, it doesn't do too well in freezing conditions, but over in the UK, it doesn't particularly get that cold. And even if it is minus, it's not for very long. It cleans it the second best. Only the Autoglym one was better, but then the Autoglym works out for 5 litres, £8, so it's much more expensive. It doesn't dilute that well, but due to it being half the price of anything else on here, you then get the same amount for the same price, and that's why it scored the most. So for me, I would probably say the pouch is probably the best one for everyone to go for, but if you're only really concerned about the smell, go for the Halfords -10. So hopefully you found the video useful.